afternoon, good evening, whenever you listen to this. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. It is Blackout Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, where you get to run into all the old hometowners and talk about your lives. Oh, what are you up to? Oh, it's the same thing every year. So I say it every week that school's going to be a quick episode. We got to hurry, blah, blah, blah. No, we actually need to hurry because I'm already pre-gaming. I still got to shower and get ready. So I'm going to be rushing us along. We luckily got a pretty normal week of college football last week. Not a whole lot to talk about. And then NFL, honestly, was pretty straightforward too. So a couple big matchups this week to talk about. But other than that, pretty quick, normal episode. It's coming to you a day late because Frankie was driving into Wisconsin yesterday. And by the time he got there, Tubbs was ready for bed. So we ended up pushing it back a day.
I'm actually probably going to, once we finish, get this out right away tonight, Wednesday. So it's still the same day coming out.
There you go. Still out on Wednesday. Perfect. Well, let's get into it then. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. First off, PSA, as you can tell, my quality sucks. Like Jake said, I was driving yesterday. I did not bring my mic with, so I'm recording with my Beats and using my Beats microphone. So the quality is dog shit this week. The weekend, though. Friday, I don't think we really did much. Just kind of hung out. We did go out for a couple drinks Friday night. Went to a couple different places. Went out, got some food, Saturday, we ended up going to a bar to watch the Tennessee-Georgia game. It was a blast, even though Tennessee did not win.
They got their backs blown out.
Cheap drinks, good food. A bunch of other games were on, so I didn't have to focus on Tennessee losing. And then Sunday. Sunday was a chill day, as usual. We didn't have to do as much this week since we were leaving. Jesus, am I sick or something? Did not have to get groceries or anything this week, so we were able to sit down and watch football literally all day. It was a great day, especially considering the Packers won. Just getting prepped for the big week, so.
Big week.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I had a real busy weekend. Friday, Lansing has this thing called Silver Bells. It's in downtown Lansing. It's a little Christmas parade / they light the tree in front of the Capitol, and there was like a drone show. So Sid and I went to that. I had never gone in my 16 years of living here. Not 16, that's way off. What's the math on that? 12 years of living here, I'd never gone. So I told Sid, I was like, I want to go. So we saw the parade. It was very cold. And I was like, you know what? I don't even really care about the Christmas tree lighting. I was like, let's go home. So went home. I think we watched some football or maybe basketball. I think State was playing. Maybe Michigan was playing. I'm not sure. And then Saturday, went over to my parents to see my dad. He just had surgery last week. So hung out there, watched the Michigan game a little bit, then headed home because we had a Friendsgiving with Sid's friends. That was fun. Had some drinks. Played some fun games. Her friend put together just a bunch of fun drinking games. Not even drinking games, actually. It was just things you see on TikTok. There was one we had to tie a ribbon around us that had a hot dog at the end of it, and then we had to squat down and put that in a toilet paper roll and paper towel roll. There was another one we had to there was another one we had to take a muffin cup, those paper cups that you use to make muffins. We had to blow that flip cup into a red Solo cup. That was fun. So just games like that. It was real fun. Good time. And then I got to meet a lot of her friends that I haven't met yet, her best friends from college and their boyfriends. Super cool. It was a lot of good times. And then Sunday, I just did the old crockpot grocery shop and then football, and we played some games. My crockpot this week, it's so funny. I saw it on TikTok. It was called taco soup. And then when I was making it, it never clicked. But when I was eating it at work on Monday, I was like, this is just chili. Why are they calling it crockpot soup? I was like, this is just chili. I did ground turkey, beans, corn. I had taco seasoning, so I guess that's where the taco comes in. But I'm pretty sure that goes in chili too. I've never actually made chili, fun fact. So
really?
I've never made chili. No, I've had it a million times, but I've never made it. So, but yeah, I was eating at work, and my uncle's like, oh, what's that? And I was like, this is taco soup. And he goes, so chili? And I was like, holy shit, you're right. So, but yeah, other than that, good weekend. Very excited for the holidays here. We got Thanksgiving tomorrow, obviously. And then Lions football all the time, Black Friday. Although Black Friday's dead, man. I'm not even going to go out. There's no deals.
It's funny you say that. Paige and I were just talking about this yesterday and how Black Friday used to be such a big thing. Like, everyone would go out. All the deals were only for Friday. And now it's like Black Friday has become like a month-long thing. So
yeah,
like
they started
Black Friday
weeks ago.
Isn't even a thing anymore at this point. And also, I don't know if you've noticed this, but like the prices of TVs, like you can get a TV, like a 50-inch TV for like $150 to $200 nowadays. Whereas like that used to be like a Black Friday deal. Something's going on with TVs. Prices are way down.
The other thing too is they're always on sale. And like now the Black Friday, like I looked in a couple of the catalogs, and the Black Friday deals are like, 10% off. And bro, it used to be like 80% off.
Yes.
I think with online shopping, stores just don't need that influx anymore, so it's dying out. But I'm sure there's still going to be crazy stories of, people getting in fist fights over an 80% off printer.
What is your favorite Black Friday store?
When it was legit, let's see.
Because I know what mine is, straight off the dome.
So mine for a while was Toys R Us because they price matched. They were one of the only ones that price matched.
Toys R Us.
Yeah, so they had like all the same shit as like Best Buy, Target, Meijer, all that shit, but they price matched. So I could just go to Toys R Us, less lines, and then I'd be like, look, it's cheaper here. And they would just, boom, give me that price. But now that that's gone and nobody price matches anymore, it's got to be Best Buy.
Yep, that's mine. They do price match too.
Do they? I thought they didn't.
Yeah, no, because we went there. Paige got a new pair of Beats headphones probably a month and a half ago.
We got to get you guys on AirPods.
Paige has AirPods. I don't.
She just decided to get Beats too.
Yeah, but they were cheaper somewhere online by like $30, and they were like, yeah, we price match. And I was like, hell yeah.
Nice. I might use that to my advantage in the future. All right, locks and long shots now. I had a bad week last week. We had Michigan minus 19. I thought we were going to control that game, no worries. And I should have, honestly, if I didn't have the bias of that being my team, I probably would have recognized, they're playing Ohio State next week. They just came off a big win against Penn State. This is a letdown spot. There's too many points. We were on the road, too. They only won by 7, and that game was actually in jeopardy for a little bit of losing it, but luckily the defense came in clutch. But if you think back to last year, I got on here and bitched about Illinois. We only beat them on a walk-off field goal. So it's just the classic. They're looking ahead to Ohio State, not focusing on the game ahead, and our coach wasn't there. So not worried about it, but it did lose. And then the Dolphins and Raiders over. I don't know. I wasn't watching this game, but this at halftime it looked real good. It was 14-13 at half, I think. And I was like, okay, we're halfway there easily. This is going to easily cash. And I know A-Chain got hurt. And Tyreek Hill was banged up, but I think the final score was 14-13. I think there was no scoring in the second half. So
it was 20-13. They scored 6 points.
Yeah, like what the fuck? It was. Let me fact check myself here. I think it was 14-13 at half.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. Yep. And then the Dolphins, they scored. They had 2 field goals in the third quarter, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened?
Apparently, the big thing right now is that the Dolphins' defense is kind of outperforming their offense now. So
in the first half, it didn't look that good though.
Yeah, but their games are becoming a lot more low scoring because the Dolphins' defense has gotten a lot better. And
well, and that changes the Dolphins' game plan entirely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just reading a text.
Okay, I was like,
this week though for the locks, we're going straight heart plays. Balls on the line. This is probably so far the biggest year of the year. We got the Michigan-Ohio State game and then Lions-Packers. That's a pure need to win this game because it's a rivalry between us. I hate the Packers. So Lions are minus 7.5. I love this line. They're at home, Thanksgiving. We haven't won on Thanksgiving in a minute, but last year against the Bills, we looked very good. I'm not afraid of Jordan Love. The Packers' run defense is bad, according to you, literally in a statement in my texts. So I'm riding the 7.5 here for the Lions, as well as Michigan minus 3.5 at home against Ohio State, who we've dominated. And, dude, Kyle McCord just has not looked good. I'm going to talk about it more. We're going to preview it, obviously, but just for now, Michigan minus 3.5. I love that more than the Lions because who knows what the defense could do for the Lions, but Michigan minus 3.5, I feel so good about. I'm not betting it myself. I refuse to bet on that game. I say all Michigan games, but definitely not that game. I haven't bet on it the last 2 years, and guess what? We've won it both times, so not touching it. I will live bet Michigan if they go down and they go to plus odds, though. I will say that. Long shots now. Oh, I forgot my record on the locks. We're still 50-44-1, so we're safe there. I'm just trying to stay above 500. I want to get back to that 60% clip that I was at for a little bit, but the 2 losses there hurts. So I might unload the chamber in the coming weeks here if we lose both of these. So hopefully we don't because that means they're close games, and I don't like my teams in close games. So hopefully we get a couple blowouts. Long shots now. 30, 52, and 1. We are slowly slipping into bad territory, like Franke territory here. Long way to go for that, but it's getting tough. So I had Eagles money line that hit. They won Monday night. That was a great game, but Maryland team total under 10.5 wasn't even close. They hit that in the first half. I think their actual team total went over, and that's tough. So broke even there, though, but we need to get some wins on the long shots. So I'm going to go with some longer ones so I can give myself some time here to creep up that long shot record. And this week, guess what? We're taking Michigan to win the ship. Plus 260. They're the second favorite. I'm unimpressed with Georgia still. They handled Tennessee. Their defense looks good, but Georgia's offense, not afraid. And Brock Bowers, he's banged up, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's playing 100% healthy. I think they're the only threat to Michigan. I think they're the only threat to Michigan. I think Brock Bowers could get hurt again. And I still think Georgia could lose a game and then drop down, and Michigan might not even have to worry about them. So Michigan to win the ship, plus 260. Yeah, I had to. It was going to come eventually. I wish I would have grabbed it earlier when it was a little bit higher odds, but we'll take it here. What do you got, locks and long shots?
All right. I had a decent week last week. 32, 60, and 1 on my locks. I had the Buccaneers team total under 14.5 against the 49ers. They finished at 14, cashed that. That's why I loved the 14.5. Then we had Seahawks money line. That was a tough loss there. They should have won that game. Missed the field goal for the win. Plus they were up with like a minute to go and ended up giving up a touchdown.
Then Daddy Stafford did his thing.
Yep. So 1-1 last week. This week,
ooh,
I am fading Jake, going with a heart play as well. Give me Packers plus 7.5. I have some takes that I am ready to unload on this game coming up in a bit, and you'll see every reason why I like the Packers plus 7.5 this week. So
I mean, I'm sure the Lions haven't covered on things. No, they covered last year against the Bills.
Oh, I
guess you can't.
I have another outrageous take that you're going to be like,
oh,
that makes no sense.
Okay. Before you get into your long shots, I want to say something.
Okay.
If I was a neutral person, I think Packers plus 7.5 would be the play. A full touchdown safety.
Yeah.
That's good on its own, and then you add in it's Thanksgiving. The Packers are kind of low key still in the mix. They're coming off a big win, and the Lions didn't look very good against the Bears. If I was a neutral bettor and you put a gun to my head, I probably would say Packers plus 7.5. But obviously, I'm not neutral.
Advantage.
No, I know, and that place is gonna be fucking rocking. So yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a blowout, but we shall see.
For long shots, 16-69 on the year. Still open. Packers win the North. I mean, hey, got a big win. It's on the comeback. I thought we marked Bijan Rookie of the Year dead.
I think I said I was going to and then didn't.
All right,
so we'll do that right now.
No. I'm 16-69. We can't do it yet.
Yeah, we'll wait till it's final. You never know.
Exactly. Tennessee to win the SEC in basketball. They ended up actually losing last night to Purdue, but it was close. So that's whatever. Still open though. Last week, Vikings money line lost, another tough L. They had that one in the bag until the last minute. Oregon team total over 41.5. What did that game even end up?
They had 49.
Oh, hell yeah, perfect. And then Washington money line, they won. Never give points to a top 5 team. That was just dumb on the books. This week,
it was a close, fun game though. The books read it perfect.
We'll
talk about it later.
I actually watched that game. It was gross there.
Yeah.
This week, Thanksgiving. It's the time for giving, So give me a touchdown parlay, even though I'm in a state that does not legally allow betting. We're taking 1 touchdown for each of the Thanksgiving Day games. We're taking Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown, CeeDee Lamb touchdown, Brandon Ayuk touchdown. I believe this comes out to like plus 850, somewhere in that range. All we're asking for is 1 touchdown in each of the games. So
And you got CeeDee and Ayuk, who are 2 of the hottest receivers in sport, and Gibbs against a bad rush defense. I love this play.
Exactly.
Love it.
I mean, how can you not? I was going to cook up more for both sides. Didn't want to take the time to throw out plays that I probably won't put money on. So, yeah, day 50 of the 50 days of football is Thanksgiving, though. So, might have
What
to
a perfect ending.
Unload the clip. We'll see. That's all I got, though.
I have a question for you. Do you have any family Thanksgiving things on the day of that Thursday?
I mean, we have a meal.
Okay. I just meant, like, are you with your family?
Yeah, I'm with my parents, and then my brothers, and then my mom's parents.
Gotcha. Question: If Gibbs scores, would you celebrate?
I mean, I'd probably get like a fist bump. It's the first
like
one,
a silent.
So it's the first one in the parlay, so it's like hard to
Long way to
celebrate
go.
the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Long way to go. I got you. Okay. Moving on then. Let's hit college football quick. I think we're making great time, by the way. This is good. Love it. I talked about Michigan already a little bit. Not going to spend too much time here. They survived Maryland. Offense did not look good. But Maryland, people forget they were a top 4 Big Ten team for a little bit. So not a bad win. No win's a bad win.
Top 4 like after week 1.
No, week 5 they were undefeated going up against Ohio State. And then they got smashed. True. So,
question.
And then they just fell off after that. Go ahead.
Are you worried about Harbaugh and the rumors that have been coming out the last week? There's been more and more rumors about him leaving or him being suspended for games next year as well.
So my thing is, if Harbaugh leaves, I would hope that we get a championship this year. And then I honestly probably won't be, like, if Michigan wins it all this year, you could death penalty Michigan, and I don't think I would be upset for that long because you have the championship. Yeah. I don't care if they take it away, strip it, whatever. If they don't win it and Harbaugh says he's going to come back and then he gets suspended, I'm going to be very hurt. But hopefully it's another kind of slap on the wrist, first 4 or 5 games, nobody good. But yeah, it sucks that it's going to bleed over into next year, especially Harbaugh didn't know shit. Like, there has been no evidence of him knowing.
Do we know for sure that it's going to go into next year?
No, that's just talk. And like, okay. I think I'm noticing the media hates Michigan, and not even necessarily the media, but like NCAA hates Michigan because any other team would wait until the end of the year to do all this, and then Harbaugh would have been suspended next year. Now the Big Ten gave him 3-game suspension in season, the most important 3 games of the year: Penn State, the week before Ohio State, and then Ohio State. So, like any other team, I feel like it's, if they know about it, they say, okay, they talk to Michigan privately. They say, look, get this guy off your fucking staff or else you're going to be suspended, whatever, and then we'll figure it out at the end of the year. Because if they did it quietly and Connor Stallions got dismissed, it's not a fucking tweet by anybody. Nobody gives a fuck. But instead they do it during the season, and then now there's talking next year, and there's going to be sanctions and blah, blah, blah. I think Harbaugh's gone no matter what. There's a lot of good NFL openings. I think the Chargers could open up. Huh?
Who's coaching this week?
It's still Shamar Moore. It's him because he's the offensive coordinator.
Yikes.
What do you mean, yikes?
Can't have a soft coach for a big game like that.
He was in a big game against Penn State and we won it. So I am worried because not having your head coach, in my opinion, is a 3-point swing because your head coach is the one that makes those halftime adjustments if you're down. So I'm going to tell you right now, Austin, if Michigan is down at half and the spread for Ohio State is low 3s, take it. And you can't. You're in Wisconsin. Never mind. But if Michigan's down at half, we won't win that game. I'm calling it right now. And I don't want to be right. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're up at half and then win. I hope we're down at half and win. I hope we just win. But I think it's bullshit how the NCAA has handled it. The Big Ten has handled it. And I think Harbaugh's gone. I mean, you could see the Chargers open, the Raiders open. The Bears could be open with the top 2 picks in the draft. Who was the other team? Fuck. I was just talking about it today. Fuck.
The Packers.
The Packers could be open, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. But I want to see – here's what I want. If Harbaugh's leaving, I want him to go to the Bears, and I want him to take J.J. McCarthy and Blake Corum top 2 in the draft. There's no shot, but how dumb would that be? McCarthy's like – I feel like McCarthy should go high second, very low first.
I don't know if you saw, the first NFL mock draft came out yesterday.
I did not see it. What do you got?
They have the Packers taking J.J. McCarthy in the first round, and I really do not want that.
Really? Here's the thing, though.
There's any chance
he's got, I don't know. I don't think the Packers will give up on Love this fast, but he's got incredible potential because Michigan just doesn't really use it because our run game is so fucking good. And he's shown flashes, but he's also shown he can make some bad decisions. He had a couple bad picks last week, so I don't see him going first round. I don't see him leaving, actually. I think he'll come back next year. You lose Blake Corum, and all you have is Edwards, and they're going to use Edwards in the pass game, and I think next year will be more pass-heavy. I hope. I want to see us pass. You got to pass to win, I think. I don't think run game can get it done because you get stopped and you're fucked, but we'll find out. All right, that's enough on that. Like you said earlier, Georgia handled Tennessee. That game started out fun. Tennessee scored. They got a stop and then scored, right?
Okay, there we go. My recording was frozen for a second, but no, they just first play, 75-yard rushing touchdown up the gut.
Yep.
We're frozen again. God damn it.
All right, well, I'm going to keep talking while you're frozen. Yeah, so Tennessee, 75-yard rushing touchdown to start the game, and then that was about it after that. Georgia won 38-10. Joe Milton, like I said, not a good QB.
I mean, it wasn't all on Milton this week, but...
No, the defense didn't get a stop either, but... Yeah. Oh, my mail's here. Look at that. Yeah, I didn't watch much of that game, but Georgia did win 38-10. I almost hit a sweet parlay on it, but Joe Milton needed 200 yards. I think he needed 200 yards, and he ended at like 120 or something.
I'm just ready for Nico time.
Nico,
the number 1 recruit that we got, quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I feel like teams should start using their freshman quarterbacks, especially like Tennessee. Like, Joe. Excuse me. Sorry, I started drinking already. Joe Milton's not good.
Yeah.
So, but at the start of the year, man, there was a couple times where it was like, oh, is this guy like?
Is he back?
Did Michigan just not know how to tap into the potential? But no, it turns out he just has a tremendous arm, but no accuracy.
Yep.
Did Wisconsin play? If they lost, I'm not talking shit. I genuinely didn't see if they played.
They beat Nebraska in overtime.
That's right. And that game, did it end up going under?
Yeah, I believe
it started hot, and I think it went under. Nebraska went up 14-0 early, and then it went under.
24-17 we finished.
Yeah, so it was under 43.5, I think. So that game started out 14-0 in like 8 minutes, and then they went to overtime and still didn't hit the over. Big Ten unders probably have been amazing this year. Because obviously absolutely. Iowa, you're making fucking bank. I have lost 3 in a row Iowa overs when they were, the lowest total ever. 3 in a row they've gone under. This week is the lowest again.
Lowest ever.
It's the lowest again. Do you take the under, or do you just keep riding until you hit it so you can say you broke the streak?
No, you just keep riding the unders.
They're playing. No. I got to either ride the overs or not bet it at all. But I don't want to miss if it goes over. I'm not taking it under. But it's against Nebraska, I think, and they can move the ball.
No, they moved it for 1 week.
They moved it against Wisconsin. Yeah. Oh, it went up a little bit. It was at 24.5, but now it's at 26.5.
I thought it was always 26.5.
Oh, maybe it was. It's Friday, though, at noon. I think I got to take the over and parlay it with Nebraska money line. I don't.
You want to take an Iowa over on a short week at noon?
Short week in quotes. It's 6 days.
No, that's gross.
It's in Nebraska. The home crowd is going to have them moving. I'm taking the over. You know what? I'm adding it as a lock. That's
gross.
Nebraska versus Iowa. Oops. over 26.5. And you know what? Just because I'm going to bet it, I'm adding a long shot. Nebraska versus Iowa over. We're going to bump it down to 20. Let's see, 21, 14 to 7. We'll go 23.5 and Nebraska money line.
Oh, gross.
That's going to be disgusting, but when it hits, I'm going to sound like a fucking genius. We're running that. You guys just heard it. Nebraska, Iowa, over 23.5, parlayed with Nebraska money line, and then the lock is the over, 26.5. We're gonna break this curse that I'm on with Iowa overs. So, but they've been the lock this year, taking the under. It started with the Northwestern game in Wrigley Field. At halftime, I saw it was like 17.5 or something. I was like, oh, they're definitely going over. That game finished like 9-3, so they went under. And then it was, what was it, Iowa, Minnesota? That was last week. Iowa, Wisconsin went under.
Yep.
And then, or that was before Wrigley, though. So it started with Wisconsin, Iowa. That went under. Then Wrigley, then Minnesota, and now it's Nebraska. So I'm going to take it over. We're going to get one here. Man, that Jordan Travis ankle injury, for anybody that didn't see it, Jordan Travis, FSU's quarterback, they're playing amazing. They were the 4 seed. They're playing a nobody. Was it North Alabama or South Alabama?
North Alabama.
They're playing North Alabama. They were down in this game. They were down 14-0 at home. And Jordan Travis was running. Just one of those nasty ankle injuries where he rolls. The defender got on his ankle, but his body kept rolling. And then when he flopped over, the ankle kind of flopped with it. So he's done for the year. Florida State drops out of the top 4, even though they won.
Yeah. They came out with the rankings, everyone was like, why did FSU drop? And a lot of people think it's because of the Jordan Travis injury.
No, it's because Washington's a very good football team.
And that's what the committee said too. I mean, I have a hard time believing that the Jordan Travis injury didn't influence it.
Oh, it 100% did. 100%.
But the thing is, like, you can say FSU should still be number 4 this week. But in the long run, Washington's going to be the better team now because FSU doesn't have Jordan Travis.
And honestly, I think Washington should have been at 4 even with Jordan Travis.
They played way
because
harder teams.
They beat Oregon. They just beat Oregon State.
FSU's out here playing North Alabama in Week 12.
Yeah, Week 11. But, yeah. And then, like, the ACC, nobody's in that division. Clemson's bad this year. North Carolina fell off. And Florida State at the start of the year, remember we talked about this? They were, like, barely beating Boston College. They barely beat all these teams.
The ACC.
It's just the ACC is not good enough. And if they still had Jordan Travis, though, they probably would have dropped down because Washington had a big win. And they've got a better strength of schedule. And that's what the committee looks at. That's why Ohio State's 2 and Michigan's 3.
Yeah.
Like, Michigan has looked better, but Ohio State has the wins because, they beat 2 top 10 teams. One of them being Penn State, but also Notre Dame, who is now winning again. But it sucks, though, because I wouldn't have hated seeing Florida State in there just for the colors. But if Washington gets in, we still got purple. So, as of right now, I think it's Georgia's red, Ohio State's red/white. So Georgia and Ohio State are the same, but then Michigan's in there, and then you got Washington. Don't hate it. I kind of would like to see Texas get in there, though. I want to see Michigan beat Ohio State. Here's our dream scenario, right? Oh, Texas is 9th, you said?
No, I said Texas would be nice.
Oh. Let's look right now. I'm going to give you a scenario in which we get our perfect situation. I think LSU's not up there anymore, right?
I don't.
I wish the shit was low so we didn't have to sit here awkward silence. So right now, Georgia's 1, Ohio State's 2, Michigan 3, Washington 4, Oregon at 6. So here's our perfect situation. You ready? Michigan beats Ohio State. Michigan goes to the Big Ten championship, wins it. Ohio State, they keep them out because Oregon. How can I do this?
Oregon beats Washington in the Pac-12 championship. Florida State loses another game. Ohio State loses another game. Texas wins out.
Ohio State can only lose one more. So you got.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Shit.
So you have Ohio State loses. The committee keeps them out, which I don't know if they will because their only loss would be Michigan. But then you need Oregon to beat Washington in a tight game, 2 overtimes. So they put in Oregon and no, we only need one of those.
Yeah.
Or else then you're right about 2 Pac-12 teams. Fuck.
Yes.
So we need Washington to win. All right. Michigan beats Ohio State. Washington wins out. Texas wins out. Texas, Washington, Michigan, Georgia. Dream. That's the dream. 100%. Then you would have Michigan versus Washington and Georgia versus Texas. And I can finally put nuts on the line and hope that Michigan crushes Washington. That's our dream scenario.
You would be shitting a brick.
Honestly, yes. But dream scenario, that's what I want. We want Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Washington 3, Texas 4. That's dream scenario. Everybody can say Texas is back too. Great scenario. What else was I? Oh, Georgia could also still lose. They got to play Bama. And then that's another crazy one where if Bama's 11-1, their only loss is Texas, who's also 11-1. Crazy scenario.
Yeah,
it could shape up to be awesome. Could shape up. I still think the committee would find a way to put Ohio State in. I'm just saying. A 1-loss Ohio State
Bama.
team to Michigan. Or Bama, yep.
Bama
and then it's
in.
just the same old. So,
yep.
Anything else? Washington, Oregon State. Didn't that game open up at 2.5?
It was Oregon State minus 2.5.
Yeah, so it opened up. Wow. So it changed that much. Oregon State minus 2.5.
Oregon State minus 1.5.
Oh, well, then I was wrong. The books didn't know. I was going to say I thought it was Oregon State plus 2.5 when they closed because people were just hammering Washington. But they didn't. I was going to say the books knew that it was 2.5 and then Oregon State lost by 2. But you knew, not the books. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but Franke hits me up on Saturday and he's like, boys, Washington, Oregon State, last 5 matchups have been 1-6. You can bet both sides, margin of victory 1-6 at, I think the one you sent was like plus 300.
320, yeah, something like that.
Yep. But then I saw like Caesars, it was like plus 400 and plus 420. So bet both sides. The game was tight. The whole game, it looked great. I think Washington went up 7 at one point.
Yeah.
But then it finished at 2, and it was fucking awesome. 2 great calls by you this week. You had that one, and then last night with the FanDuel. This one wasn't. This one obviously wasn't your call, but you saw on Twitter, hey, Hawks and Pacers going to be a high-scoring game. Bet both sides to be down by 10 and then win. Boom, it hit again. So I'm loving that shit. That's been keeping the bankroll moving, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to start getting into some deeper plays like that just because it's been a more interesting way to – it's arbitrage betting, basically.
It's arbitrage betting with some risk.
With some risk, yes.
Yep.
So, nice little fresh crack there.
Yep, got to grab the second one. It's working out perfect. I think I'm going to finish this right when we're done. We're already on NFL. Are we cruising? What's our time at?
30 minutes.
Not bad. Let's keep it moving. Let's try to get it to an hour like we used to. Why have we been going so long?
Because we've been talking a lot about college football.
That's true. I remember last year we just kind of skipped over it.
Yep.
So with NFL, we're obviously going to start with the biggest matchup of the week. Lions, Packers, Thursday. Is it 12:30 or is it 12?
12:30, 11:30.
Yep. This is a big game because the Lions, obviously 7-game win streak, right? No. 7-game. Are we 7 in a row? No. The Ravens loss was a few weeks ago. Maybe it's 7-1.
Yeah,
the last
I was
8
gonna
was the stat
say.
I saw. No. Because we're what? We're 8-2.
Definitely
Yeah, so it's a 6-game win streak.
Yeah, not 7.
Okay. I was one off. Whatever. This is a huge game because obviously I hate the Packers. The Lions have traumatized me on Thanksgiving for the last few years. It's a huge game for you.
The last 19.
Huh?
4-15 in the last 19.
Yeah, that's not good. Big game for you because you hate Lions fans, so this is a big one. I think it's going to be fun, but not for you. Missing Aaron Jones is huge. The fact you don't have Aaron Jones, I'm not afraid of A.J. Dillon whatsoever. Yeah, they said he's going to be out weeks.
Luke Musgrave is also on the IR.
Yep. And so you're down to Christian Watson. I will say, dude, Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs have stepped up, though.
Jaden Reed's also questionable. So is DeAndre Campbell,
really?
Jair Alexander, and Rudy Ford, and Kenny Clark. And
yeah,
Keyshawn
so
Nixon.
I think this spread is going to get to 9.5 before game time. Check back on that. I got a little friendly wager for you. This one is less risk for you and less for me. It's just kind of a ridiculous, just something to watch out for. I'm looking for something fun. So I want to place a wager on A.J. Dillon's rushing yards. I want to bet that he'll go under, and I want you to take the over. Would you like to do that, or do you got to see what the line is first?
I'm
assuming it's going to be 30-40. Now, if the books still have Aaron Jones in there, I'm not taking the Dillon line because that'll be too low.
They're not going to have Jones in there with him being doubtful.
I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, that's receiving. They don't even have an A.J. Dillon line, so I guess we can't do this.
Yes, they do. 46 and a half.
DraftKings doesn't. Okay. I will say if he goes under, then you have to apologize to our friend in that group chat that you popped off on a couple weeks ago. And if it goes in my group chat for my league, you have to say, I'm so sorry. The Lions are very good. Congratulations.
And what's your side?
My side is if he goes over, think of something. Within reason. Because mine's not that bad. It's just a big swallow your pride moment. Dude, It is hot as fuck in my house. I don't know if my heat is just blasting or if something's on fire, but I'm literally about to start dripping sweat.
No deal.
Sorry. No deal.
I'm out.
What if I change my side of it?
Well, the problem is I don't trust A.J. Dillon as much as you do. And
right. Okay,
also,
that's fair.
You can't forget about Patrick Taylor and James Robinson.
Shut up. They're not going to have more than 11 yards.
But it's carries they might take away from A.J. Dillon.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we don't have to spend too much time on that. So I'm thinking now, unless you have any thoughts, but I was going to say we should do a prediction.
Okay. Prediction, Packers 27, Lions 24.
All right, my prediction, I'm not even going to put our names by these because we know who they are. Lions 42. No, that's too high. Lions 35 because they're going to run the ball to the Packers 10. And
so
we'll slap in there Amon-Ra 2+ touchdowns. He's due for a 2-tutty game. He's only had one in the last forever.
So you want to hear my thoughts as to what my wild take was?
Yeah. Let's hear those.
So the Lions and the Chargers played 2 weeks ago, correct?
Yep.
The Lions won by 3, correct?
Yep, on the road.
Okay. The Chargers and the Packers played last week.
Yep,
Packers
in Lambeau at home.
Won by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So by that, this game should be tied.
Okay.
And then
I'll let you finish.
Since you guys don't know how Patrick Taylor and James Robinson play and Tucker Kraft, that's a little bit of question mark for your defense that we kind of have the leg up on. Okay. And then Amon-Ra said that he doesn't know anybody on the Packers defense, so we're going to lock down Amon-Ra.
Okay, you want to do another wager? Amon-Ra catches.
I knew you were going to say this. His actual receptions.
Yeah, what is that at?
7.5 plus 120.
7.5 plus 120. Okay, I'll take him over 8. 8 plus. There's no push. Sorry, okay. I'll take him over 7.5.
Okay, I'll take the under 7.5.
Okay, so are you good with your side of the bet? You have to text in that group chat and say, "I'm so sorry." Insert person's name who you know who I'm talking about. The Lions are so good. Or no. Let me rephrase. The Lions own the Packers now.
Okay.
If he goes under 8. Okay. If he goes over 8, you have to send that text. What is my side if he goes under?
If he goes under 8, you just have to say that the Packers defense is a top 5 defense in the league, and Jordan Love is him.
In that same group chat?
Yes.
That's a deal all day. Air shake?
Yep.
I'm shaking?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so that's easy enough because now that we already shook, I can tell you that was dumb because people are just going to be like, Jake, you're fucking what? Are you drunk?
Well, I mean, they're going to say the same thing when I say that too, so.
Those people. But the 3 Lions fans in that group chat are going to love it. Yeah. I'm screenshotting that and hanging it up in my house. All right, very good. I'm glad we got something to sweat on this game. So I need 8 catches. That's a lot, but it's also a bad bet because the Lions could be running a lot because the Packers' run D is bad.
I'm not going to lie. I'm very worried about this game just because of the injuries that we have. I've never seen our team so banged up. And I don't know. I mean,
I just spilled my beer.
Jordan Love
Jake
did have his best game last week so far. He looked fantastic.
Yeah, can I ask you quick? That tweet you sent, was that like a joke? Or do you actually think that? Like, this is bullshit that Jalen Hurts is an MVP. Okay.
No, I don't actually believe that.
Because it was hard to read over a text, but when I first saw that, I was like, there's no way this guy doesn't understand that Hurts is an MVP candidate. But
yeah, no, so there was a tweet for the people who don't understand. There's a tweet that showed Jalen Hurts next to Jordan Love, and it had their passing yards, touchdowns, and interceptions for the year. And it said one of these guys is an MVP candidate. One of these guys, what did it say above Love?
It said like he's hated by the media or something. Or one of these guys isn't the guy.
Yeah, that's what it was. And the stats were almost similar. The main piece that they left out was completion percent, or was QBR, which I think QBR is actually a horrible stat, but
I think so too, but it's funny that they cropped it out on purpose.
Yeah.
So I got the stats right here. Jalen Hurts, 2,500 yards, 15 tutties, 9 picks.
Yep.
Jordan Love, 2,300 yards, 16 touchdowns, 1 more than Hurts, and 10 picks, 1 more pick than Hurts. So
elite.
Very similar stats, and Jalen Hurts had a bad Monday night stats-wise, but they cropped out the part where Jordan Love has the 25th best QBR in the league. But honestly, I don't even know how QBR is calculated, and I agree it's a dumb stat. But it's just funny.
I don't know if you watched any of the Packer game on Sunday, but would you say that Jordan Love had his best game of the year?
I didn't watch a lick of it, but I did look at the stats. Probably his best game based on the stats. He had like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good completion percentage. So I would, and you beat the Chargers, who are, in my opinion, are like underrated, but I don't know anymore with their bad coaching and bad defense. So
I just think the Packers' chemistry is coming around. This might be a dangerous time to have to play them.
I don't think it's dangerous, but we'll see. Honestly, the least worried I've been for a Packers game in a long time. But that's the other thing I wanted to ask you is when you used to face the Lions prior to, I'd say last year. Prior to last year when you faced the Lions, was it just like facing the Bears now? Is that how it felt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like I saw the game on the schedule and I was like, well, that's a win.
That hurts to hear, but I get it because we were so bad. I also wanted to mention you sent another tweet. It says, guess which player is 99 overall in Madden? Uncomfortable conversations need to be had. And it's Jaden Reed's stats next to Justin Jefferson's.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Reed's the guy. He's next best.
He's got more yards and more tutties, so he's the guy.
I do really like him. I think he's phenomenal.
I think he was a good pickup. Now you just got to get Jordan Love to hit him.
I almost put Jaden Reed in the touchdown parlay this week, but
I wouldn't do it because I think Watson might have a day and he's going to get the red zone targets.
I'm actually thinking that too, just because
our secondary is bad.
Well, he hasn't been good all year, and then last week we kind of got him involved. We got him that touchdown. He looked okay when he did get some targets. So I'm like, maybe that's the spark that he needed. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, my God. I didn't even talk about the Lions game yet. Let's go through that. I'll try to be quick. So the Lions played the Bears at home on Sunday. And going into this game, just like I just said, it's the Bears. You're not fucking worried. Justin Fields coming off an injury. But once the game got started, I was like, I forgot. The Lions suck versus mobile QBs. And Justin Fields had himself a day running the ball. And the Lions were down 24 to... Shit, I got to find the stats here. Hang on. I want to make sure I get this right for all my 6 Lions fans listeners that we have. They were down 26-14 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. At this point, I'm watching this game, and I am just livid. How'd we lose to the Bears at home? Justin Fields fucking sucks. All he did was run the ball all day. And Lions drive down the field. They score in a minute and a half. 2:59 on the clock, 26-21 now. And it was to J-Mo. Love it. Get him involved. It was a deep throw, 30-yarder. Then the kickoff, and it's like, defense needs to stop. We're probably fucked. The Bears, the defense looked horrible all day, by the way. They couldn't stop. What's the saying? They couldn't stop
I don't know.
They couldn't stop a balloon from hitting the floor slowly. I don't know. And the Bears come out. They would run on first down for no gain. Run on second down for no gain. So now it's 3rd and 9. The Lions very clearly run committed on first and second down because it's like you're not going to throw the ball. If the Bears threw the ball, they might have got a first. Game's over. Now it's 3rd and 9. So you're thinking either run it again to burn a timeout or a little cross over the middle, try to get the first. Let's go deep, and Justin Fields overthrows his receiver. So they take a total of, I think it was like 9 seconds off the clock. Lions get the ball back. Drive down the field, pretty effortless, I'm not going to lie. It was just chip after chip after chip, and they were running the ball too, which has to be a kick in the dick. Montgomery got a 10-yard gain, then boom, Gibbs comes in, 10-yard gain. They were throwing it to Gibbs, boom, gain. And then David Montgomery. Also, I sent you guys, I said, let's squad ride a touchdown score today. David Montgomery, former team, revenge game. And then I was like, fuck, we missed, whatever. Boom, 30 seconds left. David Montgomery punches it in from the 1. Let's fucking go. And then we got the 2-point conversion. And then in perfect fashion with the Michigan-Ohio State game this week, Aiden Hutchinson sacked Justin Fields, forced the fumble, and the lineman kicked out of the end zone for the end of the game. 31-26 Lions victory. Fucking awesome. It was hilarious to look back at the group chat and see what the fellow Lions fans were saying. It was like, fire Aaron Glenn, and this defense sucks, and blah, 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 blah. And in the back of my head, while reading that live, I was like, this is a little bit of an overreaction. Like, our defense hasn't looked great, but we don't need to fire the guy. And then after the game, it's like, fuck yeah, oh my God, Hutchinson, blah, 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 blah. It's like, keep that same energy, man. You wanted him fired a second ago. So, the other one was, all Hutchinson does is spin and blah, 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 do something different. And guess what? Hutchinson saved the day. So,
did you know that Justin Fields' 4 highest rushing games have all come against the Lions?
I did see that stat, and I'm telling you, we struggle against mobile QBs. I mean, look at
we need to get Jordan Love some more movement.
Exactly. Honestly, if the Packers were smart, they would get him running because I think he's young, he can run, and it might work out for him. The Lions just don't know what a QB spot is. Like, take one of your linebackers and say, look, you stay right here. If that quarterback runs, you contain him. And it would work against... I don't think
you have a linebacker that's fast enough.
No, I know. I'm saying it would work against Jordan Love, who's mobile but not wicked fast. But against Justin Fields, it wouldn't have worked anyways. That dude was just running. So, big win, though. Keeps the streak alive. Big game this week. So, let's go through Paige's picks now to hit the rest of the games. Honestly, kind of lackluster. One big thing I want to mention. Joe Burrow, done for the year. Do you think he was hurt prior to that game?
So I saw a couple different conspiracies. One was that he was injured and that he was wearing the sleeve. And the other one was that it was just like a tablet sleeve.
Okay.
I think he was. I just think he's been playing injured all year. I don't know. I'm very sad for my fantasy team because I have Justin Jefferson and Devon Achane and Joe Burrow. So I'm hurting, and I lost last week, put up my most embarrassing point total of the week, 77 points, with A.J. Brown and Garrett Wilson putting up a combined 1 point.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, get out the bad now before I make the playoffs.
There you go.
Good thing I have Kyler Murray. I forgot about waivers yesterday. I would have picked up Jordan Love as my backup, but I did not. So I guess we're just riding with Kyler Murray for the rest of the year. But yeah, to answer your question, I do think he was a little bit injured. I don't think it. I don't know why it's such a big deal that they didn't put him on the injury report, especially if he was like cleared to play and he practiced all week. Then
Right.
What's the big deal?
That's exactly what I was going to say. There's this big hubbub about he wasn't on the injury report and I wouldn't have bet on the Bengals and blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, he wasn't on the injury report because he practiced all week. It was like, oh, he's hurt, but it's not anything serious. It happens on every team where, like, it's the middle of the season. People are banged up. And I think he landed on it just perfect to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And it had nothing. The Bengals are not going to start the guy that they just signed to a ridiculous extension if they knew his wrist was like already going to be broken. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they would have protected him. It's just a freak thing. It obviously there's all this conspiracy, but whatever.
I was on the Ravens money line, so I had the Bengals
I was not
plus whatever, but my pick was the Ravens.
Oh, there you go. 2 minutes ago, Packers ruled out Aaron Jones.
Yep.
Oh, Kenneth Walker. Oh, questionable. Doubtful. Damn it. I lost Kenneth Walker in fantasy, so I'm frustrated about that. He was one of my big three. Now I just got Pollard and Swift. Swift looked good, though. All right. Paige's picks. We can speed through this one here. Packers, Lions. We just talked a lot about them. What's Paige got?
Paige has the Lions.
Oh, I know that's got to hurt, buddy. That's got to hurt.
I mean, I get it. It's whatever. Sometimes you can't always pick the Packers. But I'm going to prove you guys all wrong, get a game up on you. I'm taking the Packers.
Of course you are. Don't hate you for that when it's your team versus the team I would argue you probably hate the most in the NFL.
No, Bears 100%.
You don't think so? Bears more than the Lions? You've dominated the Bears.
I will still always hate the Bears more than I hate the Lions.
Okay. I appreciate that. I got the Lions. I do have a question. Do you think you would be able to date Paige if she was a hardcore Lions fan? Like one of the ones that pisses you off, but you didn't find out until like a year in?
I mean, yeah.
You would be able to get past that?
Yeah, I would just not be able to watch this game with her if she was a hardcore Lions fan.
I was thinking about this. I would not be able to date an Ohio State fan. Like if they were like actually like obviously if it's like a girl that's like, oh yeah, Ohio State, go Ohio State. But if it was like a hardcore like I watch the games every Saturday, I follow all these Ohio State accounts, couldn't be able to do it.
There would be a lot
Any
of
team in the
fights,
NFL could.
But
what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, if the Lions make the playoffs and the Packers are out of it, will you be rooting for the Lions, or will you be rooting for their downfall?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay, keep me updated on that one because just remember that your best friend, co-host, partner in crime, 3-year roommate is a Lions fan, and it would be the first time they're in the playoffs in a long time. And you saw the pain of being a Lions fan for 3 years. Just remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind.
I kind of relished in the pain, but
you relished in the pain when it was against the Packers, but I feel like the other weeks you didn't really enjoy it. But when it was the Packers, you loved, like obviously the iconic moment, the screaming match on the way home from B-Dubs was iconic.
That was great.
I wish I was in that car. Cowboys, Commanders. Last week, the Cowboys blew out the Panthers. Nothing to say there. They don't play anybody. I don't know how the fuck they got the schedule. It's easier than the Lions. The Commanders lost to the Giants as a 9-point favorite. I did just see, though, Sam Howell leads the NFL in passing yards. Talk about a sneaky passing season. I didn't even know he was anywhere near the top.
Yeah, I wonder what the odds would have been for that. Because you can definitely.
I think I saw today plus 12,500.
Holy shit!
Yep, that was before the season, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we said that the Commanders should never be 9-point favorites to any team.
You said that.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
I should have listened.
You didn't.
I should have listened.
Tommy, don't call me Danny DeVito, went out there and put on a show.
It is really cool that a hometown Jersey boy is leading the Giants now.
Yeah, I almost took the Giants team total under 14.5. Glad I did not touch that last week. So,
Paige's pick.
Paige says the Cowboys. I'm obviously on the Cowboys. It's Thanksgiving. And, yeah, I mean, do the Cowboys ever going to play anybody real?
I think they do have a tough end because they got the Eagles. But, like, right now, I think they got the Giants soon, too. But I want to say they have the Eagles and the 40. No, they already played the Niners. Fuck. But you know what? Let's pull it up real quick.
So they have the Commanders this week, Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions, Commanders.
So they have a tough end here.
Eagles,
the Seahawks
Bills,
are
Dolphins,
mid.
Lions. It's pretty tough.
Eagles, Bills is real tough. Dolphins too. The Lions, I'm scared for that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you should be.
But then they end the season with the Commanders. So, but yeah, look at this fucking stretch here. Panthers, Giants. They played the Eagles. Then they had the Rams. Then they had the Chargers. Where is it? Didn't they play?
It was Giants,
Patriots,
Jets, Cardinals, Patriots to
Jets.
start the season.
Yeah.
And then
they
the
lost to the
Niners.
Cardinals.
And then
Fucking
the
Josh
Chargers,
Dobbs.
Rams, Eagles.
I've got the Cowboys here as well. I think they win. I don't know if they cover the 12.5. I'm not going to touch it, but that's a lot of points versus a team that loves to throw the football. So Cowboys defense is looking very good, though. Short week. And distracted because it's Thanksgiving. They just want their turkey.
Yep.
49ers, Seahawks. 49ers looked good against the Bucks. Really pissed they didn't score another point for the last, I think it was like 20 minutes of that game. We had the team total over 27.5. They finished at 27.
I was all over last week's betting board, I must say. I was so close on everything.
Yep, you were on. And I hit back-to-back touchdown scores, by the way.
You did?
Monty, lucky with that one. We were texting in the group chat, and I had Monty. Obviously, I was upset about that. I was like, we're going to make it back with Kittle. And then fucking Kittle scored at plus 185, so that was cool. But yeah, you were good last weekend. Well, maybe not good, but you were fucking close on a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Seahawks, we talked about it, choked away versus the Rams, lost in a last-second field goal, and missed the field goal of their own. Paige's pick.
Paige has the Niners. I am taking the Seahawks. Last week I took the Seahawks over the Rams. I messed up my NFC West dynamic. Rams own the Seahawks. Seahawks own the Niners. Niners own the Rams. Everybody owns the Cardinals. So, I mean, Seahawks at home, they own the Niners. I got to take the Seahawks.
I heard that as well, and it makes sense when you look at the past few years. However, Niners have looked good. Their defense is buzzing. They did just lose a big piece in, I don't know how to say his name, but I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Tuilasosopo, something like that.
Yep.
Tuilasosopo. That was a baseball player, wasn't it?
No, I think that was right.
No. Tuilasosopo. Maybe. Shit. I don't know. We're not going to look into it, though. Anyways, 49ers, just because their defense looks awesome. Geno's banged up, and Nick Bosa's racist. I think he's going to re-injure Geno, and we're going to see Drew Lock again, and he sucked last week. So
I forgot
give me the
about
Niners
Drew Lock.
there.
That's gross.
Geno was expected to play, just popped up, but he's banged up. All it takes is one hit. I think it was,
Kenneth
a rib
Walker.
injury? Kenneth Walker's out, yep. Was it a rib injury? What did Geno have? Shoulder? I don't know. All I know is that Drew Lock was so bad they put in banged up Geno to finish the game.
Yep.
And he almost drove him down to win it. Don't know if I said it right. 49ers. Dolphins, Jets. This game's on Friday. Don't really understand that. We talked about the Dolphins. They won 20-13. A-Chain's probably out for a little bit again.
Not necessarily. He might play this week.
Oh, really? I did see it wasn't serious, but I figured they would take it safe because it was the same knee.
No, he practiced today.
Oh. All right. And then the Jets are the Jets. Nothing to talk about there. The Bills fucking blew them out.
No, there is something.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, there is.
Zach
Let's see if it's
Wilson.
the same thing. Say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said they benched Zach Wilson.
Yes, and did you see they didn't just bench him. He's the QB3.
Who's QB2?
So,
Tim Boyle's the starter.
the backup is Trevor Siemian.
Oh, God.
Yep, that's how bad they hate Zach Wilson. Fucking QB3, dude.
Tim Boyle back from the dead.
QB4, they put injured Aaron Rodgers above him.
Well, I mean, at this point, they only got to make it 2 or 3 more weeks, and then Rodgers is back anyways.
Dude, honestly, if the Jets lose the next 2-3 weeks, right, and then Rodgers is like, I could come back, I don't think he will, because I think he's got one more year now, Why risk another fucking knee?
Well, he said he's only coming back if they're in the hunt.
Yeah, and they're not going to be fucking in the hunt. They're like the third or fourth worst AFC team right now.
Yeah.
They're not even going to be close. I think this one's easy. Why don't you go ahead and go down the list?
Yeah, Paige has Dolphins. I have Dolphins and the under.
And I've got the Dolphins as well. Fucking, they're not losing this game. You know what? If the Jets win this game, I better be careful. No, fuck it. It's Tim Boyle. If the Jets win this game, I won't watch the Michigan-Ohio State game.
Wow, that's a lot to put on a shitty game.
That's how confident I am that the Dolphins win this game.
I don't believe you, but okay.
And if the Dolphins lose, I'm still watching the game. I just won't tell anybody. Okay, Austin. I think only you can hear it right now.
I knew you were gonna say that, but
okay, yeah, but we won't talk about that for the crowd. Oh, I spoke close into the wrong mic. I just realized that the whole show just heard that. Whatever. Moving on. Saints and Falcons. Unmemorable. I don't remember them playing last week. Falcons were on a bye, and the Saints were on a bye as well.
No, were they?
Yeah, there's 2 bye teams. Yeah, because I had to bench Pitts and I benched Olave because they were on a bye. Boom, bingo, easy. Your picks or Paige's picks. Sorry.
Paige has the Falcons. I'm gonna take the Saints. I don't know why I'm taking the Saints, but I'm gonna take the Saints.
I don't hate the Saints pick. I bounced back and forth on this one for a while. The Saints have better weapons. They've got Kamara, Olave, a quarterback that's supposed to be good. But
on paper, you could say that the Falcons have better weapons. Drake London.
Yes, however, they don't use them. Yep, sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry. The Saints use their weapons better. The Saints did just lose Michael Thomas. He's on the IR, but he wasn't really getting involved anyways. I think Olave has a big game. He's my big-time boom fantasy player this week. Start him up. He's going to have 20 points.
Nope. Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry.
You know what? Rashid Shaheed. Awesome name. Love him. Not going to lie. Might sprinkle on an anytime touchdown for him. But I'm taking the Falcons. Look at that. Not Brian Robinson. Sorry, the beer's hitting. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown. Falcons win. Drake London, 100 yards. Kyle Pitts. 2 catches for 14 yards because Arthur Smith hates Kyle Pitts for whatever reason.
I was thinking that.
Bro, I could have traded him for a 4th-round pick, and I didn't do it, and I'm not going to keep him this year either. Maybe I'll keep him. Maybe they'll fire Arthur Smith.
I mean, he's got to be on the list.
Steelers, Bengals. I'm not going to lie. The Falcons are a QB away from being very good.
Yes.
Would you agree?
And a coach.
Yeah. So, Harbaugh, draft J.J. McCarthy, boom, Falcons winning the AFC South next year, NFC South. Steelers, Bengals. We talked about the Bengals. They lost Joe Burrow. The Steelers hung around with the Browns. However, they were playing a backup quarterback. Let's not forget about that. And the Browns, we'll save them because they're later in the list, right? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Your picks.
Paige is taking the Bengals. I seriously think that Jake Browning might be a better quarterback than Kenny Pickett.
Really?
And I think that just having the weapons that the Bengals have makes Jake Browning an even better quarterback. So I'm taking the Bengals.
I was tossed up on this one, but the Bengals, I don't think they can win without Joe Burrow. I'm going to take the Steelers. The Steelers defense is slept on. Very good defense. And the Bengals defense is worse. Here's my thinking, right? Steelers have a good defense. The Bengals defense is worse than the Browns defense. The Steelers The Steelers put up 10 on the Browns defense that was better than the Bengals defense. Therefore, the Steelers will put up 17 points. I don't think the Bengals with Browning can put up 17 points. Boom, Steelers win. Bang.
So we agree on the under then?
Probably. Oh, yeah. What's it at?
I think it's like 40.
Yeah, that's an under all day. Well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, because the Steelers literally cannot put up more than 17 points.
It is.
Pickett ain't him.
Oh, 35
I feel bad
and a
because I
half.
like Kenny.
Never mind.
I'm still taking that under. 17-14. I'm writing that down.
I'll be home Sunday, so I'll be able to bet on that one.
17-14 Steelers, Bengals. I want to be able to see if I'm right on that one. I might have to bet correct score just in case. All right. Panthers, Titans, 2 shitters. Panthers lost again. They're 1-9. I don't even remember who they lost to. Who they played? Oh, the Cowboys. Titans played.
Lost to the Jags, 34-14.
Yeah, the Jags with a big time. Are they back game? I think they might be. We'll get into that. But
Calvin
Titans
Ridley
bad.
looked good.
Kelvin Ridley finally got involved. Shout out to all the fantasy owners that were struggling. I got a guy I work with that never would start him, or always started him, and then the week he benched him, I said, dude, the second you bench him, he's going to pop off. Guess what? That was last week.
Do you know why Ridley went off this week?
Let me see if I can try to pull this out of a hat. No, I don't know.
Ridley went off this week because Doug Peterson took over play calling again.
Oh, there you go. I didn't see that. Smart, because, dude, you've got the Jags offense is high-powered. ETN, Ridley, Christian Kirk is very good. Evan Ingram, or is he hurt right now?
No, Evan Ingram's still healthy.
And then you got Zay Jones, too. Like, that's a good offense. I don't know where their line is. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback, too, in my opinion. And, they looked like shit against the Niners. So, good for Doug Peterson. I'm rooting for the Jags, man. Paige's pick.
Let's see. Paige has the Titans. I am also taking the Titans.
Yep, me too. I think the Panthers are just that bad. I'm off on Will Levis, by the way. He needs time to grow. Not going to be betting him anymore. Shout out to him, though, for cashing my ladder the 1 week I bet it. So
there you go.
Bucks and Colts. The Bucks lost to the Niners. Hit your under. You fucking read that game like a book. We just needed 3 points or 1 point from the Niners. They couldn't get it, unfortunately. Colts, were they on a bye? I don't remember seeing them play.
I think.
Yeah, I believe they were on a bye. If they weren't, sorry.
Yeah, they were.
Colts fans. I did want to say one thing. I don't know if you saw what I did today. In one of my fantasy leagues, I picked up Zach Moss because guess what? We're due for a Jonathan Taylor injury, and it's going to be right around fantasy football playoff times. I'm going to put Zach Moss in there. He's going to fucking pop off for me. I'm not rooting for it. But if it happens,
injuries on Thanksgiving weekend.
Nope. I don't want it on Thanksgiving. I don't want it yet. I want it like the week before playoffs. No. Sorry, I don't want it. I'm not rooting for it. But if it happened, it'd be a happy little accident. So, Paige's pick.
Paige has the Colts. I'm also going to take the Colts.
I'm going with the Bucks, man. The Colts, I trust Gardner Minshew, but we got to think about the Bucks defense is good. It's a good defense. It's good against bad teams. The Colts are a bad team. Jonathan Taylor, he's not going to get much going.
That bad.
Sorry, I shouldn't say bad team. The Colts are a mid team. They would be very good if they had Anthony Richardson, which sucks because he'd be so fun to watch. But the Bucks offense sucks, but they just showed they could move the ball. They put up 14 on the 49ers. Based on Jake math, I think they put up 28 on the Colts. They're going to double it. Give it to the next person, that being the Colts. 28 points. I don't think the Colts will put up more than, we'll call it 17 against the Bucs defense. So, give me the Bucks.
All right.
My math has been on point today. Patriots, Giants. Patriots were on a bye. There you go. Giants, talked about him. Beat the Commanders. Fun. Tommy DeVito. He's not good, but he's fun. Anything else to add there? It's just two bad teams.
It's backup quarterback time of the year.
It is. It very much is. Paige's pick.
Paige is taking the Patriots. I said, give me Tommy, don't call me Danny DeVito, Giants.
Give me the Giants as well, man. Fuck the Patriots. They're done. Mac Jones sucks. Are they starting?
I think Bailey Zappi might be starting.
That's what I was going to ask. If they're starting Zappi, that makes me a little nervous, but fuck, give me Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito wants to win. The Patriots are just in la-la land. The Giants, they've accepted their fate. Thibodeau's fun. And I like Dable, so give me the Giants there. Jags, Texans. The Jags, we talked about them. Good week last week. Texans held on to beat the Cardinals. CJ Stroud didn't do shit in the second half. What'd you say?
I dubbed this game of the week.
You dubbed this game of the week?
No, I'm saying last week I called Texans Cardinals was going to be game of the week. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
But
the first half wasn't it?
Yeah.
CJ Stroud was an animal.
21-10 in the first half.
Yeah, and then it finished 21-16. So you were half right.
Came on through 3 picks, all in the red zone.
Yep. Hey, we need 6 more of those games, and our rookie of the year's got a shot. Gibbs and Bijan? I'd say Gibbs more than Bijan, though.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he was damn near favorited, though, right?
Yeah, he was.
And we could have – imagine what Stroud was at the start of the year. There's no shot I would have bet on him because he went to Ohio State. But
Yeah.
we got to look for those next year. We should cook something up next year. A little offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
Just an awards parlay?
Oh, God, that'd be so fun to sweat all year. Especially, like, I see those all the time, dude. People put $5 on it, and it pays like $7K. I saw one the other day. It was like Dan Campbell, Coach of the Year. I could have done that. Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. Probably wouldn't have. What was the other leg? Oh, the Aces to win the WNBA championship. Lock. And then what was the other leg? Oh, Rangers to win the World Series. Not a shot, but I think they did it when the playoffs started.
Yeah. I saw that too.
All right. Your Paige's picks. Jags and
Paige
Texans.
has the Jags. I am taking the Texans. I can't not take the Texans.
I'm taking the Jags. I just talked about how their offense could be so good, and I'm even more confident now that I heard Peterson's the one calling plays, and they looked very good last week.
That's fine.
Browns and Broncos. Talked about the Browns. The Broncos, man, they're on a, 5-game win streak?
Yes.
They haven't looked great, but they beat the Bills. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the red-hot Vikings last week on a game-winning drive by Russ. Broncos they're sneaky. I think they're 500, right?
Yeah, 5-5.
Yeah, so not much to say other than the fact that this is an under game too, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, what's Paige got?
Paige says neither. I guess the Browns. I'm going to take the Browns too. I don't trust the Broncos at all.
You've been wrong, I think, 5 weeks in a row on the Broncos.
Probably.
I'm going to keep riding it. You were wrong last week. I was right. Give me the Broncos, man. Their offense is so weird because it's not good, but they're putting up points, and they move the ball, and the defense is playing well, and it's at home, mile high. Like, excuse me. God, I need to stop burping the mic. It's playoff push time. Broncos are going to go for it. That wild card's wide open in the AFC. Give me the Broncos. Rams, Cardinals, we talked about both. Go ahead.
Paige says both. She's taking the Rams. I am going to take the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's back.
Kyler Murray's back, but guess who's also back? Matt Stafford, fourth quarter comebacks. If this game wasn't even, I'd take the Cardinals to cover and the Rams to win, but I'm just going to take the Rams to win. Rams are going to be down. Game. They're going to be down 2. No, they're going to be tied. Minute and a half left. They're going to get the ball back. The Cardinals just kicked the field goal to tie it. And then, boom. Rams march on the field with Daddy Stafford, kick a game winner, walk off.
44.5. What do you think? Over under?
44.5. I'd take the over there.
I'm dumb. Why am I taking the Cardinals? I just said I knew what the NFC West dynamic was.
Oh, yeah, you did say Rams dominate the Cardinals.
No,
You said everybody dominates the
Cardinals. But
right.
Whatever.
Are you switching?
Well, nope, I'm riding it.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a coward.
Chiefs and Raiders. Chiefs looked good to start on Thursday, and then Kelsey had that fumble, and it was all, or not Thursday, Monday. And then Kelsey fumbled, and it was all downhill from there. The Eagles ended up winning, like we talked about. I had my long shot. Awesome cash there, plus 124. Raiders played the Dolphins. We already talked about it. Perfect.
Yes.
This game being 8, or the spread being 8.5, I think is criminal. I might hammer the Raiders 8.5.
I fall into that trap every year, and it never works out.
Taking the Raiders or taking the Chiefs?
The Raiders.
It's at home, though. Like, they have looked okay lately. They're finally... Aiden O'Connell, I'm glad that he's in there, and he realized it helps my fantasy team. He has realized that Devontae Adams is a very good wide receiver. I should throw this guy the ball.
That's true.
Jimmy G didn't know what the fuck. He's like, fuck this guy. What did Paige think about the recent Raiders news with her favorite player?
Well, so for her pick, she said, I want the Raiders. Wait, no, fuck the Raiders. They dropped Isaiah Rochelle. So she's taking the Chiefs. I'm also taking the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs too, but I genuinely think the Raiders cover this game. When I saw the TikTok of him being dropped, I was like, fuck, Paige has got to be pretty upset right now. But I also laughed because
she was very upset.
I was like, damn, that wife's that wife's fucked because she's got no talents. I think she dropped out of college when he got drafted.
She's about to have a kid, too.
Yeah. Paige is like, oh, she's got this business and that business. It's like, she does have TikTok followers, and there's money there, so they'll probably be all right. And he'll probably get signed. Practice squad players make livable money, but it depends. What kind of house are they living in right now when he was on the NFL squad?
Nice one.
That's the question. Bills and Eagles, fun game incoming. We talked about both. Bills blew out the Jets. Eagles beat the Chiefs.
Yes, Paige has the Bills. Kind of surprised there. I'm going to take the Eagles. I agree. I think it's a fun game. I don't know if I can trust Josh Allen quite yet.
I agree. I don't think the Bills are quite back. I think they did put up a lot of points against the Jets, who have a good defense, but the Eagles, they just feel like they aren't going to lose right now. I want them to lose because if they do, then the Lions win. Boom, 1 seed in the NFC. I just want to be able to say that the Lions are the 1 seed in the NFC. But I've got the Eagles there. Ravens Chargers. The Chargers lost to the Packers, which we talked about. Don't tell me.
Ravens beat the Bengals on Thursday.
You're an asshole. I just said don't tell me.
I was in the middle of telling you when you said don't tell me.
Yep. So we already talked about it. Ravens handled the Bengals. It helped out. That game was shaping up to be really fun. Then it slowed down, and then Joe Burrow got hurt, and it was over from there.
All right. Paige has the Ravens. I'm also taking the Ravens. My Ravens Super Bowl is looking fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great bet because you're sorry, what's the term? You're on your way to getting all your money back in free bets on the bet. Yep. And then boom, now you got a shot at winning the Super Bowl. And with the fucking color scheme,
the Super Bowl logo color.
Conspiracy. Yeah,
yes.
I can't figure out my words, man. I'm never drinking during the show again. Let me tell you that. I can't focus.
I believe my cash out this week for the $50 future was like $75, which I think is criminal,
really?
But
that should be way higher.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Chargers, and let me tell you why. This is a strictly like balls on the line thing. I think they're going to be the team that wins games they should not, but then loses the games they should be winning. Right?
Yeah.
They lost to the Packers. I was very confident they were going to win that game. The Lions game, toss up. But I think this is going to be one of those. They're at home. Are the Ravens favored at 3.5?
Yes.
That's probably a dumb question. But yeah, give me the Chargers here just to take a shot. And then is Bears-Vikings Monday night?
Yes.
I got a hot take.
Okay.
This will be a fun game.
I think it might be.
I think with Justin Fields, the way he played last week against the Lions, and Josh Dobbs being Josh Dobbs, I think this game goes over, and I think it's a fun game. But I won't say what I think they have, but we already talked about both teams. What's Paige got?
Yeah, Paige has the Vikings. I also have the Vikings.
Got the Vikings as well. I kind of want the Vikings to keep winning so that way the Lions can knock them down and end their season. But maybe that's just me. I do like Josh Dobbs, though. He's fun. Do you have anything for the Do Not Bet list? I don't really. I did pretty well last weekend.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
All right. Well, let's go right into roulette, and let's get out of here and hit the bars. What's our time? Are we doing all right? We're probably about an hour, right?
We're long. Hour and 18.
Dude, every fucking time. I felt like we were cruising, too.
I don't know.
I think it slowed down when we started to talk about the bets I brought up with the Lions, Packers, and then the Michigan and Ohio State stuff. All right, let's roll this up. So what was our temporary number last week? Was it 32?
Was, yes.
Okay.
So whatever number was the last number hit.
Okay, perfect. And then we got 0, 2, 3, 9, 13, 22, 23, 24, 30. Oh, my God, that's perfect. Those numbers there, wait. The only one we're missing there is 7 from my set of 10 numbers that I play if I ever hop on roulette. That's crazy. All right, so we got a spin going right now. Perfect. What if it's one of our numbers? Do we just double up our bet on it?
Yeah.
You cut out. What'd you say?
I said yes.
Okay. 32 just hit.
All right, I guess we're running 32
I think that was our temporary last week, wasn't it?
Yep.
So 0, 2, 3, 9, 13, 22, 23, 24, 30, and 32. Let's get a big hit, man. I'm going to the bars tonight. I'm going to be spending some money, Give me how about just a 50x? We'll
Yeah.
both take our $50. Well,
I
no, it'd be
agree.
less than that.
Also, I want
Give me
to
100x.
apologize again in advance for the quality of my mic. There's probably a
I
ton
think it's
of
gonna turn out
dropouts. There's
okay.
going to be a lot of blank areas.
All right, here's our lightning numbers: 12, 29, and 32. Why not? Back to back. 100x. Come on. Come on. Ooh. It's going to have a shot at. Oh, and it's 1. Damn, dude.
Right
Not
in
even a
between
fun
our
bounce
0
around.
and
It
2.
fell right in.
Gross.
Well, down 30 now. We're on a cold streak again, but that's all right.
We'll
It
just
can
hit
turn
4
around
straight.
in no time. Anything else, or should we send them on their way?
Let's send them.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Happy holidays. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties. Don't drink too much tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.